All right, there we go. How's it going, everybody? So, off camera, so I started making the basics of this world here, just for anyone who hadn't watched. So I've got my guy. We can go ahead and enter this house. Not smooth transitions whatsoever. I haven't built up all the collision shapes. In fact, I haven't finished the art for this house, but it's a little bit. Here's your father, which you can collide with, but you cannot, at the current moment, interact with. And then we've got our room over here you can walk into. Also, we're not hiding the father, so don't look at the man in the mirror. But what I've started to do, so I've got this base character adult here, and so this is not actually the father scene. This is the father scene, and this is like kind of a base class that will be inherited. As you can see, I inherited it here. And so all you have to do is drag one of these PNGs into the texture. It automatically animates it in all the styles that I've already done. We can also select if it's interactable or not. I haven't set this up yet, and we've set some default movement, which I also haven't set up yet, but that's the basic ideas of what this will be. So we can make, all we have to do is make the art, and we can make tons and tons and tons of different guys like that, which is cool. So the idea here is now we're setting up the dialogue system. So if you select interactable, then this is going to be actually used in the game. So we've got dialogue, right? And you can choose the dialogue you want. This is actually not showing all of them. Let's see. Editor data, app user settings, Mecha. So basically we're saving this in a JSON here. Oh, I bet you what it is that somewhere. Let's go. Dad's shop. Yeah, what I think happened is that because the currency exists within one of its nodes. Wait, what? That's okay. Yeah, that's why that was happening. So we saved over it, but essentially, there we go. Okay, so whenever you want to edit this, all you got to do is open up this JSON folder, open it here, and then we can go ahead and then just copy and paste this to add another line here. And I'll say this is going to be father dialogue, father 02, and this will be psych. I am not your father. Okay. Okay. So go ahead and save that. And now if we go and run into the father class here and go to the animated skeleton, we can now see that if we see dialogue, we can choose which one we want. Psych, I am not your father, or father 1, which is hello, I am your father. And this is going to be useful for a lot of different things. And so the idea is that you can see here, this is an array of strings. So hello, comma, I'm your father. So the way is like, you pull up a dialogue, it goes brrr, hello, and then you press A, and it goes brrr. So whatever's next in the array will be the next thing printed after you hit like A or accept or whatever it may be. And so this way you can basically parse that JSON as you wish and kind of see what's going on there. Now, we're going to stick with father 1. There's a few things I want to do with the... so this is a plugin. The way I made this is with a plugin. It's a little bit confusing if you don't know how to do plugins, and the documentation is not great, but I learned something much more difficult, so I kind of threw this together very, very quickly. So we have this called an inspector, editor inspector plugin. It searches all objects. You can basically specify which objects in particular you want it to search here by their class, but if you don't have that, in which case I don't, I'm just going to say search all objects, and then we're saying parse every single object, and if that object has this method, then we do all this stuff and we inject this into the inspector. So the label that says dialogue, drop-down menu, and from the options in that drop-down menu, or we set all the options in that drop-down menu to be our JSON right here. So dialogue, load, dialogue info, and then get the keys from that. So it's a dictionary, and we're getting all the keys, and then we're basically using that key in script to then get the thing from the dialogue. And the dialogue is a script here, and it's just got a little function that says load and save, although I can comment this out. I really want to just delete that, but for right now I'm going to go ahead and leave it. Because it's handy sometimes if I want to format a file the way Godot reads it. And yeah, so it saves to this dir, and yeah. So that's how that goes. A little complicated, but what I want to do, and yeah, so what I want to do is, like, you can see here, if we go back to base character adult, go here and go back here, it resets to father 1. Now, that's an issue because then, so let's say I do this, I'm like, okay, that's what I want. Go back here, resets the father one. Now, to be fair, this is still working fine, right? Because if we go back to father here, and we go to father one, or I'm sorry, whatever this was, it's still going to remember that because we have dialogue. We're saving what we get from this in our dialogue variable here, but or maybe we're not actually. Yeah, that could be an issue. Yeah, that could be a little bit of an issue there. Okay, so what I want to do here is say print dialogue. Okay. So print dialogue, save, and then so ideally if we go here, function, null, that's not good, and now here it's going to print. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, everybody. Good. So maybe it did work. Maybe it didn't. Okay. Anyway, here's how we're going to test that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make a new function. Okay, so this will have saved. So our dialogue preview dialogue. This is going to be, so hopefully what will happen is we'll have dialogue saved here. But what yes, here's what I need to do. I need to set the item here and save this. So we'll do here, say var dialogue underscore key, and then do this, and this. Okay, so dialogue key. And here what we're going to do is I'm going to say dialogue key equals, and then this is going to be drop down dot get item. Oh, I'm sorry, it should be this. Yeah, that. Okay, and then here we'll say dialogue underscore key. Okay, so what, and if we print this, I'll show you what's happening. So we go print dialogue key. Okay, we'll come back here and I'll set this here, and you can see that is what the key is. This is the key, and this is the value of the dictionary, right? So by doing this and saving this key, ideally what we should be able to do here is I'm hoping that this is saved. And so now if we write a new function load, I don't know what to call it, load underscore dialogue underscore data. Okay. Pass. Okay. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to query if dialogue. So if dialogue, and we can do this because right now this is basically the same thing as saying dialogue equals null. So by doing that, and then we say if dialogue, we can check it if it exists. If it doesn't yet exist, I'm sorry, we should, yeah, if it does exist, then we're going to do something. Otherwise, completely ignore it. So if it does exist, oh, do I have to save? Oh no, we are setting those. Okay, so dialogue preview, dialogue, and then drop down. So we will have access to these. So the other thing is, if we go right here, this is a drop down button, right? And then this is a text. It's a label, I'm sorry. So what you can do right here is that we can get access to our drop down. Okay, so we can say, oh god, my mouse is freaking out. Pug hairs in there. So what we can say right now is we can say drop down dot get actually drop down, and then I'll go, oh, I have a lot of stuff open right now. Okay, let me close some of this stuff because this is horrendous. Probably gonna need a lot of these. Not inspector plugin, globals. Probably keep those. I don't need you. Probably don't need you. Dialogue. Dad's workshop. Dad's shop. Okay, keep all those. Okay, but what I do want to open now is the Option button. So this is what we've just injected into the thing. It's one of these option buttons, exactly as it is, and we've just populated it via this function right here, add item, to all the things you can select from that drop down. So what I want to do is essentially get, I think you should be able to get item from, or get the ID from text. So if we do get item text, we can get the index, right? What's that?
I'm on you. Do my TV.
Alexa.
Okay.
Cancel.
Add icon item, blah, blah, blah. Get item count, get item icon, get item ID, given the index. So I think I remember this being a huge pain in the tuchus, because if you're given the text, you actually can't, get selected ID, get selected metadata, get pop-up, get item text. See, all of these take as an argument the index or the ID. They don't take the item text, which is kind of annoying because we also can't get the items. So add item, get item count, get item icon. We should be able to select get items, but I don't see that. Why is there no like items? Why is there not get items? As in get in the array of items. That just seems crazy, doesn't it? Like, it's an option button that holds like 6 items, let's say, and those are all the things on the options. Why can I not say get items and then like do something for everything? You know what I mean? That's just a crazy thing to me that they don't have that function. Here I am assuming that a function would exist. But that makes a lot of sense that it should exist. Am I crazy? You tell me. Okay, set item metadata. That's okay. Now I gotta open up some of my old code here because I did much more difficult stuff than this. Nope, that's the wrong one. Go gamepad. There we go. Plug in, add-ons, Godot gamepad. God, my brain can't handle this right now. Okay, yes, this is the right way. Layout configuration. Button config. It probably is going to be. Oh no, here's the drop-down container. Drop-down container. GG. Open that bad boy up. Okay. Tool extends VBox container. Button config. Preload. Button config scene. Oh, nope, this is the wrong one. We want...
Oh, it's our question.
Oh shit, can you go get it? Thanks. Sorry about that. Okay, so layout config, drop down, container button config. There we go. I think this is it. Yeah, so this is one of my old projects, and the idea was that it's an app for your iPhone where you can play. You can use the iPhone as a controller to play your Godot games, and it works with anybody's Godot thing. It's mostly finished, actually, but I've kind of gotten bored of it, and it didn't seem like enough people really wanted to... I don't know. Like, you gotta pay to get on the App Store, stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I might do a little more with it. I've kind of lost interest in doing stuff. But anyway, wire control location. Okay. Button label, enabled button, button text entry, color selector, remove button. don't think this is actually correct. What are we looking for here? Not the color selector, not the drop down. Was it drop down container? Is it tool button? It might be tool button. Let's see. No, it is not. Okay. Fonts, input layout config. This is the most confusing one. This is a massive scene. Yes, this is a massive scene. I don't think this is it either. It's not going to be an add-on images. Button config. Color selector. It's not that one. Drop down container. It might be this one. I might have just overlooked it. Okay. Function initialize. Drop button equals button container. Tool button. Ah, there we go. Drop down property. That's what we need. So where is that? Drop down property. Oh, it's this one. Yep, there we go. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, string names, array, blah, node, options. For option in options, option underscore button dot add underscore item option dot capitalize blah blah. Okay. Set option button dot select option dot get item index. Option. Ah, okay.
I hope this noise isn't disrupting your.
It is.
They literally put everything in a separate bag. Every single item.
Yeah, I know, they're crazy.
Why?
I don't know, they hate us. Okay, option button dot select, option button dot get item index, option button options dict dot get option. And options dict, I believe, is going to be like up here.
May I
Yep.
just you in some tea?
I would love tea.
Okay.
Would love it. Okay, yes. So the way I did this was a little bit janky because I found a workaround. That's funny. That's funny. They should definitely have that. If you're listening, Godot, please add that one in. I might go start a request for that because that's a little nuts to me. That the option button doesn't have the ability to just get all the options in the option button. But so the way that I did that to make another variable, yet another variable. So we got drop down, dialog preview, dialog key, and dialog. So the dialog key is going to be the key to the dictionary. This is going to be the actual dialog. Dialog preview is the label. They should be, yeah, this is the drop down, the option button. This is the label that, if you go into here, this is what that. So I go here, and this text right here, this is the dialog preview. Now, what we need to do is essentially we're going to create yet another variable. Okay, and this is going to be var dialog underscore keys equals this, and it's just going to be an array. It's going to be empty array, and for right now I'm going to do this.
Aaron.
It's $4. $4 is $4, baby. Okay. A dot key dot get index. I think what I want to do is if we go into, do you mind?
What?
Do you mind?
I have to unload the things because otherwise it'll go bad, Aaron.
She doesn't mind.
I do not mind. Actually, I do mind.
She does mind. So here's where I want to do this. So right here, we basically want to say, so I'm going to say object dot, and then, what did I just name this thing? dialog keys. Okay. Object dot dialog keys equals, and then we'll just say dialog load.
Aaron.
You slunt.
You mess with me so much. It's only fair that I get you back a little bit.
It's not fair. Everyone's leaving. Abigail, they're leaving.
Okay, well, this is the last bag.
Before you, what, start screaming? Okay, anyway, so what we're doing right here, stop it, please. Please. Anyway, yeah, so what we're doing right here, well, I can't see anything. So what we're doing, hey Joan. So what we're doing right here is we're basically reaching into this whatever object, we're getting the dialog keys, and we're saying that the dialog keys equals our dialog load, that JSON, and all the keys from that. And then the reason I did this and the way that that is going to work is that then the index of these keys is going to be the exact same as the index of the option button. So then what we can do here in this is we're going to say if there's a dialog, this might not even work all of this effort here, but we're going to say drop, we're not going to say drop down actually. We're going to say, I want to get the index of whatever our dialog key is. So I think, well, here, I can do it here, array. Let's go to methods, array, append, blah, 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 be search. What is this? Search finds the index of an existing value or the insertion index, variant or bool. If the value is not yet present, what?
Can you give me a whole ass banana peel and see what she does?
No. The value is not yet present in the array, optionally before it's false. Okay. Finds the index, which is what I want, right? Finds the index of an existing value. So I think that might work. Let's go ahead and try that. So we're gonna do dialog underscore keys dot b search, and then we're gonna say dialog key. Okay, so essentially the idea is that we will search this. This will return the index. So we'll say right now I'm just gonna say print this. In fact, I should have done that before doing all of that because we can pretty well actually here what we need to do is go into the inspector plugin and also tell that function to run, right? And we'll run that function right here. Okay, so we'll say object dot object dot this. So basically what we're doing is from, let's see if that works, from the inspector plugin, what we're doing is we're telling this to run. We're calling that function of that object from the inspector plugin. We'll go here, section load dialog data, we'll run this, and then actually what I want to do here, say else, print you suck, because that means it didn't work. Okay. Why is nothing working now? That's arguably worse. Your body change scene or those are both stupid. I don't care. I don't care about you. Ignore. Ignore. Why is it not working, you guys? That's a very, very bad, yes?
What kind of TV you want?
Like some kind of cinnamon. Do 2 of my cardamom ones. Okay. So it's a little bit confundido, confusing. Confundiendo? Confundiendo. Because this isn't loading at all, but this is not working, which is super weird. So if we go to inspector plugin, we go here. If I get rid of this, what happens? Okay, still not working. If I go to project settings, plugins, it's enabled. I think I might just have to quit, which is a bummer. Let's see here. If I go to project settings, plugins, it's still enabled. That's good. That means there's no like major errors that are causing it to break. Okay, so there it goes again. Now it's working. Now if I go to scripts, inspector plugin, and then uncomment out this, I don't see why it wouldn't work. Why would that get mad at me for that, huh? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, lad. I honestly don't know why that would break this. What if we just do if object dot has underscore method, and then we'll do this, then call that function. That's what I'm trying to do. Load dialog data. That's definitely what it is. Okay. Load dialog data. Okay, and a failure. Let's try and quitting it from here. Plugins are such a mess, man. There's so many things that just, maybe it's just me being an idiot, but you never know. Oh, hey-o, there it is. Okay, output. And I suck. Well, to be fair, I also have not set this once yet. So now we've got that. So, psych, I am not your father. Now if we go here. Oh! Okay, that's very, very, very good, you guys. That's some very good news. Very, very, very good news, yes.
The Stork King.
My baby. She hates kisses. But this is Beanie. She's adorable. I love her. And she hates kisses. Thank you so much. You're the best. Alright. Here, I'll put you. You don't like that. We can go like this. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Okay, so why is that good? That means that this is being saved. Now, I'm a little concerned here because it said null, which means that like if we're in the same scene, it's going to save these values. But it's not going to save these values, for instance. So for instance, I could set this up right, where we populate this, but now we're going to get into the habit of having to form and create more JSONs to remember this data. Which is a wee bit of a pain, yeah? Just getting very, very clunky. Clunky. It'd just be so nice if we could have a little export variable there that let us change it from there, because this is not working very well. Oh, you know what? That might actually work. If we make, yeah, that might be a nice cheat to this. So we make an export var dialog, okay. Okay. Underscore key. Now. Yes, okay. So if we get rid of this, oh, we have to give it a value? Okay. Oh, it needs to infer the type. Oh, this will be odd, but do I want this to be an empty array? No, I don't. So dialog. Now I'm thinking I'm forgetting everything. Dialog key equals drop down. So this is going to be simply the number, which is all we need actually. No, it's not. What we want is actually, I guess we need the number. We need the dialog key and the dialog keys. No, but okay. So I'm so sorry, everybody. So this will be if dialog underscore key. Okay. Right, and then so we want this to be for right now, I guess 1 doesn't really matter. And then so function load or actually should be 0 just in case. Por si acaso. I'm losing people like flies here. Okay, so load dialog data. If dialog key, because this is going to be I see. I'd like this to be. Can I set this to null? It's not gonna like that, is it? Yeah, not gonna like that. Okay. 0. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, ladies. Here we'll do it. -1. There we go. You can never have an index of -1. So thus we say if dialog key does not equal -1. There we go. So if the dialog key does not equal -1, and it will not equal -1 as long as we have set it to something, which we will do right here. And export vars somehow save their data probably in the back end of Godot's whatever. So now the deal is that we're actually going to load the dialog keys based on our dialog key, and now the dialog key can actually be saved here. Okay, item. Okay, keys.bsearch this. Get item from text. This is so stupid. Isn't it? Yes it is. There's better ways to do this than what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't need to make this and then go through all that, but rather I should just do this. .get drop down .get item text. Get item text item. Why is it like that? Oh, because of this. And then what I should do with get dialog key is we should actually probably rename this to something else, but for right now, dialog key equals drop down dot get underscore item underscore oh wait, no, I think it's just item. Let's see. So if we go to an option button, we go to signals, item selected, it gives the index, which is great. That's exactly so we actually don't need to do any of this. We'll just say item. And then we'll change this. We'll change this to dialog key underscore IDX. Okay? And replace all. Fuck. Okay, we want that. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to replace dialog keys as well. Place. Yeah, sometimes that doesn't work out nearly as well. There we go. Where else do we have an issue? Okay, although we don't need to do this any longer. Pass. Okay. Okay, cool. So what we have just done is simplified this a tiny bit, and that is that, again, we no longer need dialog keys. Okay. And that means that we have to go into our inspector plugin here and get rid of this. That helps out tremendously. Hopefully I'm not forgetting something horrible. But it looks like we now have the index, right? So dialog key index is now going to save that. It's an export variable, but you shouldn't touch it unless you really know what you're doing. And the idea here is that I'm kind of making I have a plan, but as I talk, I forget the plan. So what do we want? So here we're storing this here. What I'd like to do is load this. This function is going to run whenever we click on this, ideally. So right now, method filter string error parser. Typeless export needs a const expression assigned to infer. Let's see. I don't think that's still happening. It's an issue. It's not. But our plugin's not working right now. But the idea is that right here we're calling. So if it has this method, we're going to call that method. And it should have that method because this is the only class that's going to do it, right? And then when we call this, basically we're going to say if dialog key index does not equal 1, meaning that we have set this before, not equal -1, then we're going to then load this data into the dropdown. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to say dropdown dot set, and I need to go back in here and see what it is. So we can go up here. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's select, and we give the index. So select. So here, go drop down dot select dialog key index. Yeah, that was great. That simplified stuff a ton. Okay, so drop down dot select key index, right? And then hopefully when that happens, it will trigger this automatically, and thus everything should work. So we'll see if it doesn't. If it doesn't, actually all we need to do is call this function from here, and it'll work. So I need to quit Godot in order to do that. That's one of the things I really don't like about making plugins, is you get in the habit of just having to quit and reload the whole thing, because that happens. Okay, so that worked. Doesn't look like we have anything quite yet. Output. I don't think I'm printing anything actually. Go do father2. So father1. Okay. Hello, I am your father. Right? And then we go. So if we go here and then do this. Oh no. Didn't work. What if we do this? Go back. Oh, okay, so it is setting that. That's very, very good. Now what we actually need to do, like I said, is just call this function. So we can go on, dialog option selected, and then we'll say dialog key index. In that case, actually, no, yeah, because this is like simulating it. So yeah, so hopefully this doesn't fuck anything up. Yeah, nice. So if we go to father1 here, and I go this, and then this, wunderbar, yeah? Now, so this could still absolutely not work, but the idea is that because we're changing an export variable, if I save this scene here, and then close out of it, and then open back into it, I'm hoping the export var is still 0. Yes. That saves a massive headache of having to write like, oh yes, my T. Having to write like a bunch of like very dynamic saving and loading JSON functions, which honestly in that case, I would have just scrapped the whole idea and just have like just made this preview, and then, oh, I could have just done that actually. Could have made things a lot easier. Just have a dialog key, set get, whenever it does, we then just display the preview, and that. But you know, this is better because now I can get a drop down, and I'll be able to like scroll through and be like, okay, this is grunt number 5. Click that, and then we've got it. And then of course I can go like this, go like that. Now ideally, here's the real test. So we get father2. I'll save the scene. Right, we've set the dialog key index to 1. Now if I go ahead and quit Godot, open it up again, open here. I'm really base character dull. Please have worked. Yeah, everybody. Hey, baby. You okay? You okay? You okay? So that's very good. That's number one of the dialogue system, is that now we can access the dialogue. Now, of course, we also want to set up quite a few other things. So we've got interactable here, right? And if you click this, we want to make our guy now interactable. And so I'm going to go ahead and write interactable bool false set get. Actually, right now let's just do this because I need to write the function. Okay, so I'm going to start cleaning up my code a little bit. Why did I do that? You always want that to be the case. Okay, so here's the ready function, and then I'm going to clean up my code just a wee bit because I hate dirty code. So this is going to be setting animation texture. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of M dashes. Okay. Cool. And then here we'll do this, and except now this is going to be something different. This is going to be setting. We'll do selecting dialogue. Okay. Oh, come on, Boba. Okay. Now we've got that, and then finally, give myself a little space there. Come here, paste, and then finally, yeah. So this is how I like to organize my code. Just using these to separate. So here's where we're going to set the animation. Here is now we're going to be not setting the animation, but instead we're going to be setting interactable. Is it able or ibble? I think it's that. You can go down if you want, baby. I'm not stopping you. My dog has left me. So soon will all of you set it interactable. Okay, so we're going to make a new function. Function, this is going to be interactable, so we're going to set interactable. So function set underscore interactable. Okay, pass. And it's going to be interactable. Okay. And then the first thing we're going to do here is just say interactable equals interactable. That should not be. We'll just say new underscore bool. There we go. Bool. Okay. So interactable equals new bool, or we can actually. I hate naming things because I'm a psycho about them being correct. Okay, so set interactable new value, interactable equals new value, and then we can do some stuff with that. Now we need to go here, select set get. And then do set get, and then we just stick this here, I believe. I think that's it. Yes, okay. And then to check this is working, we can say print hi. Okay, we click on our output here. If we get token literal, oopsie doopsies. Okay, so let's clear this. Hopefully it doesn't pop up again. So if we go here to interactable and we do this, beautiful. Okay. So, and there's the other test. So if we click this, it's on. Then we go down here and come back up. Okay, cool. So that means it's actually changing the value, and everything is good. So what we'd want to do now, right, is that if you set interactable, I want it to create a new scene that allows you to interact with this character. Some characters are just not going to be interactable with. Other characters will be, and then of course we need to know what their dialogue data is. So can I drink my tea? That's hot. Yep, that one hurt all the way down. So essentially what I'm going to do is spawn a class of something like that. So I have made, just for fun, in a previous stream, this. So this is a sign interactable, and we've got an area 2D here, and an interactable prompt, and we've got a little script. Now, I am going to want to make something very, very similar to this as an interactable-esque thing. So I'm going to go make a new scene. I think we just want to make this an area 2D. Yeah, I'll make this an area 2D. So add area 2D. I'm going to add a collision shape. Okay, and then we're also going to add a sprite. Okay, go sign interact. Oh, that's lit. I already made an interaction prompt thing here. So in fact, okay, that's awesome. So then I don't have to do this. That makes things, glad I did that. Go here and we go interaction prompt. You can add the prompt right there, which is very, very cool. Cancel, I don't want to save it quite yet. And then I want to see how I got this to work. So I go here, area 2D, prompt.show prompt set physics process true. I think I'm just going to copy this literally verbatim. Then I'll come into here and I'll go ahead, and this will be character, we'll say base character interaction interactable. Okay, we'll save that. Again, go to scenes, character, base character, save, and then we'll add a script here. Beautiful. And then I'll just paste this. Yeah, we don't have any errors, I don't think, quite yet. Yeah, this should actually work so that, well, it won't work for dialogue yet. We're going to make it into that. But essentially, of course, we need to set this collision shape. And then we also need to set the collidables here. And then here what we should just do is go to, yeah, okay, so right now it's grabbing his body. Like, for instance, if we go to, well, I don't have my main character. Well, it doesn't matter. So the main character is set up just like this guy, right? There's no area. There's just his collision shape where he can knock into objects. Now, you know, you might walk up to somebody and then your head's in the space and it looks like you should be able to talk to them, but you can't. And so what I'd like is to actually make an area here. So we'll say main character, and then I'm going to add an area 2D. Okay, and then we're going to add a collision shape. And then, so this is going to be nice and centered. We'll add the collision shape. I'm going to do a new circular shape. Make it like, I don't know, like yay bigs. That's probably good for interactions. And then I'll grab the movement tool just to make sure this is about centered there. We'll transform it. And we'll make this do 70. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but that looks about good to me. Pretty even around the sides there. And then I typically like to make, I want to start color coding stuff a little better here. So we go to this collision shape. I would like the basic collision shapes to actually be the, we just do this, and take the opacity down a little bit. That's the default collision shape. And then, so this is going to be interaction area 2D. Which is called interaction area. And this collision shape, we're going to change the visibility. I'm going to color code it. I think black is what I do for them. And we just take this down a little bit. So we got a little something like that. A little something like that. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, now what we need to do is go to project settings. Down here, 2D physics, add a new, so this is going to be, we could just add it on main character. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. So what we'll come here, collisions, we want to be on main character, and we want to interact with interactables. Potentially NPCs, we'll see. Maybe that'll be a big problem. It'll blow my mind later. But you know what? I think it's best to do the minimum needed to produce what you're trying to do, and then come back and see what you have to do later, rather than be like, oh, this might be handy, and then something breaks because of that. But anyway, so that's all we did. And now if we go back to base character interactable, we are on collision, and we'll set us to interactable, and we will interact with the main character. And then what I'll do is I'll go here, and so we're going to actually change these to be, so if I go to anywhere it says body, and we'll do this, I'm going to change this to underscore area, and then we'll replace all those. And then we can go here, area entered, I should, oh, motherfucker, that's fine. Okay, area exited, and then we'll just stick this code down there. So this is area exited, and then this right here. How many times I got to do this before I get it right? B. Okay. Do this. Okay. So essentially what I just did is now we're saying that we're going to show this interaction prompt. It's going to hide by default. It should be. Ready, set physics is false. Or maybe it's doing that itself. Yeah. Ready, interpolate property position. I think rather than do this in ready, I'd like to do this in show prompt. Oh, I see. I remember why I couldn't do that. But I think I found a way around this. So essentially, this bobs up via tween, not an animation player, for a lot of reasons. But one of those being that we want it to be relative to wherever we put this, right? And if you do an animation player, it's going to... well, I guess we can actually tween our own position up and down. That might actually work. So we go here into rotate, for instance. And then if I just add, I go up here, go here, and I go to my relative position, I can key in our relative position here. How quickly do I want this to happen typically? So I want it to go all the way up in 3 seconds. So that means we need to make a 6-second animation. So go right here. We need to, wow, that's gonna be fun. I think rather than do that, I'll just make 2 animations. So I'll make a new animation. Yeah, new animation, and we'll call this Bob. Okay, and then yeah, we could do this. It doesn't really matter. We'll do this at 6 seconds. Okay, and then so we're obviously set here, here, and I'll come. Well, here we'll do this. So here is going to be grab this, and we'll get our position. We'll key that frame there, and then at 3 here, we'll key it. What did I do here? I did plus height, which is -100. So we just to our position Y to -100, be right there, and we can key that there. Now if I play this, Is that really taking 3 seconds? That can't be right. 3 seconds? It doesn't look like it working. Oh, we need to loop this. There we go. That's good tea. I thought this would be a better stream. Thank you for whoever is the one person watching. Would you like me to stop streaming, Abigail?
Whatever you want. I have a little bit of PBL left and then walk the dogs after.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So, yeah, so now we've got this. It's a 6-second bob animation. I'm going to go ahead and select it as the main. So this makes it will automatically play when the scene starts. Oh, you know why? It's because the animation player. So let's see. If we go to main character here, and we add interaction prompt right there, and go like here, should be able to do a little something like this. Where the hell is it? What? What? Okay. Oh, because it's... Wait, is it? Ah, the hat is Y, my friends. Okay. So, but I do actually think we'll have that same problem here. No, come on. Interaction prompt. Okay. Let's see if this works. Should start. You have to click playing for that to be true. It is moving just like incredibly slow. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Okay, I've come to the conclusion this cannot possibly be right. Because that's insane. Okay, let's make this 3 seconds. Oh, sorry. 2 seconds. Is this doing it? Dude, I can't tell. I don't know if that's because I just can't tell. I mean, it looks like it should be working, but it's just not. How, dude? Then I'm very confused here. Because I'm clearly setting the tween to go up for 3 seconds, but is the speed scale different? That's why the speed scale is at 0.05. Holy crap. So, but I do think 4 or 6 seconds is a little bit much. Let's try this. Here, let's make sure we're at... Oh my god. 2 seconds. There we go, okay. Okay, so that's cool. And then, so what I'm gonna do here is add an animation tree, and then why is... What the heck? It's quite odd. animation tree. So this should be it. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. What the hell is happening? Okay, so animation player, we'll assign that to this animation player here. There's no movement. I don't know what this is. Pre-root, node state machine. I guess we just need a blend tree. How do we get two things to play at once? I've done this before. I did this here. So if we go to this animation tree, movement. No, I didn't. From code, I did that. Or maybe I did it here. Nope. I remember what I did now. But, okay, let's see. Can I do it from here? Blend space 2D, no. Blend tree. Version state machine. I feel like we should be able to go to a blend tree. On output. So we go to animation. Can I not do two animations? And we want to add a timescale. So this will be, this animation will be Bob. And we actually don't need to set its timescale. I wonder if we can do multiple things on the output though. So now we gotta save. And then here we're gonna add a timescale. It was 0.05, which is insane. And then this animation is going to be rotate. Can I do that? Oh, nope, can't do two. Okay, port may be in use or connection may be in, okay. One shot. Add two. Blend 2, timescale, transition, blend tree, blend space 1D, blend space 2D, state machine. Alright. I think I'm gonna hop off stream. This has not been the best stream of my life, but yeah. Hopefully, anyone comes after thinks this is interesting. I'll probably be back on tomorrow. If you did get into some actually cooler stuff, getting the dialogue to actually pop up, talk, stuff like that. So, you know, pop in for that. Thanks for watching.